Listen closely, Libra, because something rare is happening around you tonight. Can you feel it? That quiet shift in the air? As if the universe has been waiting for the exact moment you pressed play. December 2025 is not just another month for you. It's a doorway, a turning point, a whisper from fate saying, everything you touch is about to turn to gold. You've carried so much this year. The weight of expectations, the pressure to stay balanced, the silence no one ever sees. But somehow, you're still standing, still shining, still choosing peace over chaos. And now, destiny is choosing you back. Tonight, Libra, we're stepping into a message meant only for you. A message about breakthroughs, alignment, and the blessings rushing toward your life faster than you think. So, take a breath, settle in. And if something inside you already knows this message is yours, leave a comment, subscribe, and trust the pull you're feeling, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you walk into your future. Are you ready to begin? You know, Libra, as I sit here speaking to you tonight, I keep sensing something quietly shifting in your energy. Like you've been standing on the edge of a long hallway, a hallway you've walked for months, maybe even years. And suddenly the light at the end of it isn't just a faint glow anymore. It's bright, clear, calling your name in a way it never has before. December 2025 carries that kind of feeling for you. A soft release, a gentle exhale after holding your breath far too long. And I know you've carried more than you admitted. The delays, the disappointments, the moments when life felt unfair, when people took your kindness and mistook it for weakness. When you gave more than anyone ever saw, you kept the world in balance, even while your own heart was quietly tilting. But here's the truth you might not have realized. Something inside you didn't break this year. It transformed. That's why December feels different. You're not walking into it as the same version of yourself who carried the weight of early 2025. You're arriving with clearer eyes, steadier hands, a heart that has learned how to bend without losing its shape. And you can feel it, can't you? The closing of a cycle that once felt endless, not with noise, not with dramatic endings, but with a soft, dignified kind of peace, the kind only a Libra can create after surviving storms they never asked for. This month doesn't ask you to fight, it simply asks you to step forward, without dragging the bruises of yesterday behind you, to trust that the quiet lessons, the quiet tears, the quiet strength, they've all been shaping you for the doorway opening right now. Because a doorway is opening, Libra. One you may not have dared to imagine. A doorway carved from clarity, from truth, from a version of yourself that finally knows, I am not who I was, and I'm not meant to return to where I've been. So, take a slow breath with me. Feel the old chapter loosening its grip. Feel the new one rising, gentle but certain. Like morning light stretching across a room you've kept closed too long. You deserve this new beginning. Not because life suddenly decided to be kind, but because you finally decided to stop shrinking for a world that couldn't see you clearly. And as this chapter quietly settles behind you, something else begins to stir. The sense that, for the first time in a long time, the center of your life is shifting back to where it always belonged. Right where you're standing. And that, Libra, is where the real story begins to unfold. Not in the past, not in the struggle, but in what happens next. When you start taking your power back one breath at a time. Now, come with me, because as your balance returns, so does something far greater. Something that's been waiting patiently for you to notice it. You know, Libra, as we move a little deeper into this moment together, I keep feeling this pull around you. It's gentle, but steady. Almost like life itself is guiding your hands back to the steering wheel, the one you set down for far too long because everyone needed something from you. And I want you to hear this with your whole being. December is bringing you back to yourself, not in a loud, triumphant way, but in a slow, grounded, deeply human way. The kind you only understand after you've been stretched thin in too many directions. All year, you've been giving pieces of yourself away, to the job that demanded more than it ever returned, to the people who counted on you before you even had a moment to breathe, to the responsibilities that pressed against your ribcage in the dark, long after everyone else had fallen asleep, and you handled it with grace. You always do. That's your nature, balancing a world that rarely pauses long enough to ask how you're holding up. But something shifts now, something small at first, like the way your shoulders drop when you finally tell yourself no, or the way the world feels quieter when you stop rushing toward everything and let things come to you instead. These tiny changes, they're not random. They're you reclaiming your place, your time, your breath. You see, Libra, balance is not just a symbol you carry. It's the language your soul speaks, and somewhere along the way, that balance tilted so far outward that you forgot what it felt like to live from the center of your own life. But December. This month has different intentions for you. It's realigning you gently but powerfully. It's teaching you how to return to that calm, steady rhythm you were born with. The rhythm that makes you wise in chaos, soft in the right places, strong in the moments that matter. For the first time in a long time, you're not bending yourself into shapes that please everyone else. You're choosing differently. You're pausing before you say yes. You're recognizing that your energy is sacred, not something to be spent carelessly. And that shift, it's not selfishness, it's self-respect. It's the quiet return of your own authority, the one you forgot you had while trying to keep the peace for everyone but yourself. Listen, when you begin to move from your center again, everything around you starts to change. Life becomes clearer. People reveal their true colors. Your intuition sharpens. Your path unravels its knots. You begin to feel like yourself again. Not the version of you shaped by obligation, but the one shaped by truth. And as this balance returns, as you plant your feet back into the ground that belongs to you, something else begins to rise from within you, almost like a quiet spark waking up after years of waiting. Because when a Libra finally stands in the middle of their own life, the world around them starts to shift in ways they never imagined possible. And that shift, it's leading you somewhere even more powerful, somewhere your energy has been preparing you for all year. Come closer, because what unfolds next touches the part of you that has been quietly calling for abundance. And Libra, as you begin to settle back into the center of your own life, something remarkable starts to happen. It doesn't come with fanfare or noise. It comes the way morning light does, quiet, steady, and impossible to ignore once it touches your skin. You may not notice it at first, the small shifts, the subtle openings, the way opportunities begin leaning toward you instead of you having to stretch yourself thin to reach them. But this is the truth beneath the surface of your December. Your energy is changing, and so is everything around it. You've spent so much of this year giving, holding, balancing, steadying the ground beneath everyone else. And when a Libra returns to themselves, when you stand firmly in your own rhythm again, life responds, not out of pity, not out of chance, but because alignment creates abundance. And right now, you are aligning in a way you haven't in years. This is why the month feels different, why conversations feel warmer, why doors that were once closed seem to click softly open, why the things you touch finally begin to grow. It's not magic, it's you. It's the way your clarity sharpens your decisions, the way your calm attracts people who can see your value, the way your stability pulls opportunities toward you, like metal to a magnet. And yes, opportunities are coming, not as a single stroke of luck, but as a series of moments that quietly affirm your worth. A contract that finally lands in your hands, a project that suddenly gains momentum, a path in your career that expands in ways you didn't dare hope for back in January, or maybe a reward from years of effort that finally breaks the surface now. You see, Libra, December doesn't just give you financial growth. It gives you recognition, the kind that makes you feel seen again, the kind that reminds you that your work matters, your gifts matter, your mind matters. It's the kind of month where your decisions carry weight, and your intuition guides you to the right opportunities almost effortlessly. Some call it luck, some call it destiny. But you and I both know it's something deeper. It's the universe responding to a Libra who has reclaimed their balance, and you will feel it in the way money flows more easily, in the way support finds you, in the way long-forgotten dreams begin breathing again. Everything you touch begins to shine a little brighter, not because gold is falling from the sky, but because you are finally standing in the place where gold naturally gathers. And as this glow builds around you, as life starts expanding in your hands, another layer begins to reveal itself. a layer that has nothing to do with income or opportunity, but everything to do with where your path is quietly leading you next. Come closer, Libra, because the shifts in your career are only the beginning of what December is preparing you for. And Libra, as abundance starts to gather around you, something else begins to stir beneath the surface. It's subtle, almost hidden, like the first shift in the wind before a season turns. But you feel it, somewhere in your chest, somewhere behind your quiet confidence. There's a pull, a sense that life is asking you to look in a new direction, not urgently, not with pressure, but with an invitation. December carries that kind of energy for you, a gentle nudge, a whispered reminder that your path is widening and you can no longer fit into the small spaces you once settled for. You're outgrowing them, mentally, spiritually, professionally. And I know you felt this coming. The restlessness, the sudden clarity, the quiet moments when you catch yourself imagining something different, something bigger, something that aligns with the person you've become, not the one you were trying to be for others. This month, that feeling expands. It becomes real. You begin to see options you never thought were meant for you, a role that carries more influence, a shift in your work environment that suddenly makes sense, a new direction that doesn't just promise growth, it feels like truth. And maybe you don't have all the answers yet. Maybe you're still standing with one foot in the life you've known and one foot inching toward the life you're meant to live. But you're no longer caught in confusion. The fog that once blurred everything is clearing. Your choices feel different now, grounded, informed, instinctive. This is what it feels like when a Libra finally sees where they belong. It's not a loud revelation. It's a soft unfolding, a quiet recognition inside you that whispers, this is the direction, this is the place, this is where you can breathe and build something meaningful. And what's beautiful is that December doesn't force you to leap. It simply aligns the path in front of you. It shows you which opportunities hold truth and which ones were only distractions. It shows you the rooms where your voice will matter and the ones that were never meant to hold your brilliance. And as you follow that inner pull, slowly, bravely, life starts rearranging itself around your choices. Support appears. Timing aligns. People show up. Doors open in ways you never experienced before. Because when a Libra finally chooses a direction from the soul, not from fear, the universe shifts to meet them halfway. And Libra, you are choosing now, not out of desperation, not out of pressure, but because you can finally see the road that was meant for you all along. And as that vision sharpens, as your steps grow more certain, something even deeper begins to awaken. Something connected not just to your path, but to your heart. So stay with me, because the next turn in your journey touches a part of you that's been waiting far longer than you realize. And Libra, as you begin to step into this new direction, something quieter starts rising inside you. It feels almost like a tide turning, slow, steady, undeniable, a shift you can't quite name, but one you've been waiting for longer than you admit. It's happening in your heart. You've carried wounds that stretched across 2 long years. You patched them yourself, sometimes in silence, sometimes in moments when no one realized you were still bleeding. You tried to understand people who didn't understand you. You tried to rescue people who didn't want to be saved. You tried to hold harmony in places where your spirit was asking you to walk away. And all of that took something from you. Not your softness, that survived. Not your hope, that's still there, even if a little quieter. What it stole was your belief that love could be simple, light, safe. But Libra, this is the month your heart remembers itself. You're not fighting anymore, not trying to decode someone else's silence, not trying to shape yourself into an answer for someone who never learned how to show up. You're not bending your truth just to keep the peace. You're choosing yourself, and that choice, it heals you in ways no apology ever could. There's a moment, you've probably felt it, where you look back at the pain and realize it no longer defines you. It no longer chases you. It no longer holds the power to pull you into old stories. That's the shift. That's the healing. The loosening of a thread that kept you tied to something far smaller than your heart was meant to hold. And as you release it, something beautiful happens. Your chest feels lighter, your breath steadier, your thoughts kinder toward yourself. You start trusting your own emotional boundaries, your own intuition, your own worth. You stop asking, "Why wasn't I enough?" and start whispering, "I have always been enough." And the moment you say that, truly say it, the past loosens its grip and slips quietly behind you. I wish you could see the softness around you right now, Libra. It feels like warm light settling over old bruises, like the universe placing gentle hands on your shoulders and saying, "You can let go now. You can rest. You can begin again." Your heart is not fragile. It's wiser, stronger, more open, not less. You didn't become cold. You became clear. And that clarity, that calm, becomes the foundation for everything that comes next. Because when a Libra heals, when you stop carrying what was never yours, life begins to meet you with a different kind of grace. And Libra, as your heart settles into this new, quiet strength, something else begins to move toward you. Not from the past, but from the path ahead. So, stay with me. What's coming next isn't about healing anymore. It's about what and who is drawn to a heart that finally remembers its own worth. You know, Libra, healing has a way of changing the air around you. When your heart becomes clearer, when the weight finally lifts, people feel it, even from miles away. They don't know why they think of you at strange hours. They don't understand why old memories resurface, but you do. Your energy is shifting, and the past can feel that shift. That's why December brings a familiar echo back into your life. Someone who once held your heart loosely, someone who didn't know how to keep you, someone who let you slip through their fingers even while claiming they cared. They feel the distance now. They feel the door closing, and something in them panics at the thought of you moving forward without them. But here's the part that's different this time. You're not the same Libra who waited for clarity that never came. You're not the person who put your needs on hold just to keep the peace. You're not bending, not shrinking, not questioning your worth just because someone else was unsure of theirs. So when this person circles back, with their apologies, their explanations, their reasons, perhaps even their regrets, you don't crumble, you don't melt, you don't fall into the rhythm of what once felt familiar. You stand steady, rooted, whole, and that steadiness surprises them, maybe even scares them a little, because they expected the old version of you, the version who loved with open hands and open wounds, the version who tried to make things work even when it meant breaking yourself in half. But that Libra is gone, not hardened, not bitter, just grown. You can listen to their words without losing yourself. You can hear their truth without abandoning yours. You can care without carrying. This is what healing does. It gives you the strength to face the past without offering it a home. And as they speak, you notice something you couldn't have seen before. The story between you doesn't hurt anymore. It doesn't control you. It doesn't define you. You're not here to rewrite history. You're here to acknowledge its place and let it stay where it belongs. And whether you choose to forgive, reconnect, or gently step away. This time, the choice is yours, not theirs. Your peace is not negotiable anymore. Your intuition is louder, clearer, wiser. Your boundaries are built from truth, not fear. And Libra, that kind of strength is rare. It's the quiet kind, the kind that turns a person into someone who can't be shaken by old shadows. But as you close this loop with grace, something unexpected begins to move toward you. Something new, something aligned, something that doesn't come from pain, but from possibility. So, stay with me, because the next chapter opening in your life has nothing to do with the past, and everything to do with the deeper awakening unfolding inside you right now. And Libra, once you close the door to what no longer belongs to you, something almost mystical begins to unfold. It doesn't rush in. It doesn't demand your attention. It arrives quietly, in the softest corners of your nights, in the pauses between your breaths, in the spaces where your mind finally relaxes. Your inner world starts waking up. Maybe you've noticed it already. Those dreams that feel too real to ignore. The ones that linger in your chest long after you open your eyes. The symbols you can't explain, the faces you haven't seen in years, the places that feel strangely familiar even if you've never been there. Your intuition is stretching its wings again, Libra. It's been waiting for the noise to clear, waiting for your heart to return to itself, waiting for the moment when you were strong enough to hear what life has been whispering all year. And now, you hear everything. You notice the timing of things. How a message comes exactly when you need it. How a chance encounter feels more like a nudge than an accident. How a sudden knowing rises inside you without logic, without explanation, yet feels more trustworthy than anything someone could say out loud. This is the awakening that happens when your spirit finally has room to breathe. And it deepens in December. You start sensing people's intentions before they speak them. You feel the weight of truth in a conversation before words even form. You recognize the softness of someone genuine and the hollowness of someone who isn't. It's not paranoia, it's clarity. You're not imagining the coincidences either. They're aligning for a reason, repeating numbers, synchronicities, those strange moments when the universe feels closer than your own thoughts. You're being guided, not pushed, not tested, guided. Because this month asks something sacred of you. It asks you to trust what you feel, even when you can't explain why. To follow the pull in your chest, not the pressure around you. To step into decisions that don't just make sense, but feel right. And Libra, you'll find that when you listen to yourself this deeply, your life responds. The right people seem to drift into your orbit. The wrong ones drift away without a fight. A path opens that feels unmistakably yours, and the confusion that once clouded your vision no longer has any place to cling to. There's a softness in this awakening, a quiet strength. It's the kind of clarity that doesn't shout, but when you hear it, everything else becomes unmistakably quiet. And as your intuition sharpens, as your soul begins to speak louder than your fears, another layer of your December begins to reveal itself. A layer not just about what you feel inside, but about what and who is moving toward you because of this transformation. So, stay close, Libra, because what comes next touches the future you're about to step into. A future shaped not by fate alone, but by the strength of your awakened spirit. And Libra, as your inner world awakens, as your intuition sharpens like morning light, breaking across a still horizon, something profound begins to rise within you. It's not loud, it doesn't announce itself. It arrives the way transformation always does. Quiet at first, then undeniable. You begin to sense it in the smallest ways. The way your breath feels easier, the way your thoughts settle without force, the way your heart, once guarded and bruised, now opens just enough to feel the warmth of possibility again. This is where December delivers its greatest gift to you. Not money, not recognition, not even clarity. Though you receive all of those, what this month truly offers is the version of yourself you've been growing toward all year. The version you once dreamed of becoming. The version you didn't know you were strong enough to reach. The version you now see staring back at you when the world is quiet. You've earned this shift, Libra. Every tear, every pause, every moment you chose truth over comfort. Every boundary you held even when your voice trembled. Every step you took away from what hurt, even when your heart still cared. All of it brought you here, to this doorway you're finally ready to walk through. And when you look back, something inside you softens. Not because the past was easy, but because you made it through with your grace intact. You didn't lose your kindness. You didn't lose your compassion. You didn't lose your balance. You simply shed the parts of yourself that were built from survival instead of self-love. Now you step into a new year with a heart that knows its worth, with a mind sharpened by experience, with a soul aligned in ways it hasn't been in years. And the confidence you feel, it's not loud or superficial. It's deep. It's steady. It's the quiet kind that grows from knowing you have survived everything meant to. Break you? You walk differently now. You choose differently. You love differently. You trust yourself first, and that changes the shape of your entire future. This is why everything you touch begins to shine. It's the reflection of who you've become. Not luck, not timing, but alignment. And Libra, this alignment is the beginning of your golden era. A season where blessings don't just arrive, they gather. Where opportunities don't just appear, they follow you. Where love doesn't drain you, it meets you where you stand. You're stepping into the brightest version of your life with both feet grounded and your spirit awake. And nothing, no past wound, no old story, no fear can stop what's meant for you now. So take one more breath with me. Feel the year lifting behind you. Feel the new one rising like a warm light just beyond the horizon. You're ready, Libra. Ready for everything that's been waiting for you. Ready for everything you're finally ready to receive. Come with me, because your new beginning starts here. Libra, thank you for spending this time with me tonight. I hope you can feel, even through the quiet between my words, that this month is holding you differently, gently, like the universe is easing you into the life you were always meant to live. You've walked through so many layers of yourself in this reading, the endings, the clarity, the healing, the awakening, and now, this soft, unmistakable rise into your golden era. If anything in this message touched you, if it made something inside you breathe a little easier, let me know. Leave a comment. Share what part of this journey feels like it was meant for you. Your voice matters here. Your story matters here. And I love hearing how your path is unfolding. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, stay close, and trust that you're here for a reason. There's a message coming for you soon, one that continues this journey, one that opens a new layer of your story, one that reminds you just how powerful a balanced, awakened Libra can be. Until then, take care of your peace, listen to your intuition, and trust yourself a little more each day. The universe is not finished speaking to you, and I'm right here, ready to walk with you into the next chapter. Good night, Libra. Your journey continues,